Jai Gurudev. A very happy morning to every one of you. I feel really happy to meet you all once again with another lesson. Hope all of you are doing great. Today you are going to learn a lesson in Civics, Diversity and Discrimination. Let's understand some important concepts by learning about diversity and discrimination. We will start by giving you some details about the lesson. Objectives of the lesson: to understand and appreciate various forms of diversity in their everyday environments, to develop a sensitivity towards pluralism and interdependence, to understand how prejudice can lead to discrimination, to understand the difference between diversity and inequality, to recognize that there are multiple identities within ourselves that we use in different contexts and that these can come into conflict with each other, and to understand that the Constitution compels us to respect diversity. What are you going to learn in this lesson? You will be learning about diversity and discrimination. Under diversity, you will be seeing about the diversity as a fact of being human, what diversity adds to our lives, diversity in India. Under discrimination, you will be learning about prejudice and discrimination, inequality and discrimination, recognition of multiple identities in oneself, and the Constitution and respect for diversity. Before going into the examples of diversity in India, I would like to recapitulate of what you learnt in the previous lesson, diversity. What is diversity? Diversity means understanding that each individual is unique and recognizing our individual differences. These can be along the dimensions of race, ethnicity, gender, socio-economic status, age, physical abilities, religious beliefs, political beliefs, or other ideologies. The differences that exist between us, between all the people, is known as the diversity. You are all studying in 6th standard, so you are all equal, but you are all not same. You are all different. You are all unique. Each and every individual is unique. There may be twins. They may look identical, but they will not be having same taste, same likes, same dislikes. So, even though the twins look alike, they are not the same. So, we could in simple words we could say that all the people are equal, but they are not the same. Now, we will see some examples of diversity in India. There are 8 major religions in the world, and followers of all these religions are found in India. There are more than 1,600 languages and even more dialects being spoken in India. There are more than 100 dance forms in India. There are many styles of mural paintings in different parts of India. You have learnt about diversity and how diversity adds color to our life, how people have different talents and how different art forms came into existence. If there is no diversity and if all the people are going to be the same, the life would have been very boring and monotonous. So, diversity is a good thing in everybody's life. But every time, diversity doesn't lead to good things. Sometimes it leads to negative things also, like prejudice and discrimination. What is prejudice? The word itself tells its meaning very clearly. Prejudice, that is, judging somebody even before knowing about him or her. Prejudice, that is, when someone judges another person, not only person, sometimes some groups also, in a negative way, it is called prejudice. People often have certain prejudices about other people who may appear different. Sometimes we mock at people who are from other states. This difference can be in terms of facial features, accent, eating habit, or costumes. This is a normal human nature that we feel comfortable in the group of people who appear like us and behave like us. We tend to feel uncomfortable in the group of people who may not appear like us. That's true. That's why when we go away from our state or from our country and go to different places, at the beginning it would be very difficult for us to get along with those customs, those habits, those tradition, those people. But slowly we used to it after some time. Since India is a diverse country, people from different regions look entirely different. If you go to northeastern part of India, the people look entirely different from other parts of India. If you go to North India, they are entirely different from how South Indians look like. So India is, you all know, India is a diverse country. Everything here is different. Languages, regions, religions, climatic conditions, eating habits, dressing, celebrations, festivals, everything is different in our country. It's a country full of diversity. So if you take India, it's a diverse country. People from different regions look entirely different, and they not only differ in their appearance but also in eating habit, accent, and costumes. If you talk to a North Indian, his accent will be entirely different from a South Indian accent, and the Northeastern people talk in a very different way. And following are some examples of prejudices which happen because of diversity. When a person from the Northeast roams in Delhi, he or she is often looked down by the local people. You often read news about people from the Northeast being harassed in Delhi or even in Bangalore. A person from South India is often called Madrasi when he goes to the northern part of the country. A person from Bihar is usually considered as less intelligent and is subject of ridicule in most of the metropolitan cities of India. A person from rural areas is considered to be illiterate, unhygienic, and unsophisticated. A person from urban areas is considered to be greedy and cunning. People think that a city dweller does not have respect for personal relationships. In most of the cases, prejudices are harmless, but in some cases, our prejudiced behavior may turn to be harmful for the person at the receiving end. For example, when you do not behave properly with a person because of your prejudices, it may be very bad for the self-respect of that person. We saw how diversity leads to prejudice. In the same way, it also leads to a condition called stereotyping people. So what is meant by stereotyping people or stereotypes? When we tend to see some persons into a predefined image, this is called making of stereotypes. Many stereotypes are present since thousands of years. Some examples of the prevalent stereotypes are as follows. Girls are supposed to be soft spoken and submissive in nature. They are supposed to have keen interest in music and painting. They cry too often. They need to learn cooking, doing household chores, and tidying up the house. Boys are supposed to be aggressive and naughty. They are supposed to have keen interest in adventure sports and outdoor sports. Boys should not cry because crying is a sign of weakness. When a boy becomes adult, he is supposed to earn money to bring the bacon to home. So, if a boy cries, even in houses, today we are seeing many mothers asking a boy, "Are you a girl? Why are you crying?" It's a stereotype. Why only girls should cry? The boys, they are also human beings, they also have emotions, and they have every right to cry. And if a girl jumps, immediately the mother asks, "Why are you jumping like a boy? Behave like a girl." That is stereotyping. Why only a boy should jump and not girls? This kind of thing, this kind of a predefined image allotted to people is known as stereotyping. Gender-based stereotypes are often portrayed in films, advertisements, and TV serials. Almost all the advertisements related to detergents, washing machines, dishwashers, etc. show a woman as the main protagonist. On the other hand, all the stunts shown in a bike ad is performed by ferocious looking men. What is meant by protagonist? A protagonist is the main character of a novel or a story or a movie, etc. Apart from gender-based stereotypes, we also see stereotypes based on religion, caste, and place of origin. For example, if a person belongs to a particular religion, people have some sort of judgment on that particular person, and they have a stereotype. Oh, that person belongs to particular religion, so he must be behaving in that way. That person hails from South India, so he must be having some sort of negativity in this way. So this is stereotyping people, and it's a very negative thing to stereotype people. Inequality and discrimination. We already saw that the diversity may lead into prejudice and stereotyping. When someone acts on the basis of prejudices, the act may result in discrimination. What is discrimination? Debarring someone from certain facilities only because of difference in religion, gender, caste, or regional origins is called discrimination. That is, if a person is not allowed to get certain facilities only because he belongs to certain religion or gender or caste or region is called discrimination. Following are some examples of discrimination. Gender-based discrimination. A girl is not allowed to go to school beyond standard 5 or 6 is an example of discrimination. In many rural areas, a girl will not be allowed to pursue her education after class 5 or 6. She will be taught all household chores, how to cook and take care of the family. Similarly, most of the girls are not allowed to select a career of their choice, rather they are forced into marriage. In some families, girls are not allowed to wear western dresses, while boys in such families often wear western dresses. Religion-based discrimination. A person does not get a job only because he belongs to a particular religion. A person is not allowed to enter some public places, especially the places of worship, because he or she belongs to another religion. Caste based discrimination. Caste system is an age-old system in India. According to this system, people were kept under different castes. A person from a particular caste was supposed to do only a particular kind of work. For example, a person from Meher caste could only engage in cleaning the garbage and clearing dead carcasses from the village. In spite of getting education and developing skills, people could not change their occupation. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar belonged to the Meher caste. He has suffered various kinds of discrimination right from his childhood. Even today, many people from the untouchable caste suffer different types of discrimination, especially in villages and small towns. A person from the untouchable caste is not allowed to enter a temple. He is not allowed to take drinking water from the village well. Caste system was so deep rooted that it was difficult to come out of the predefined social levels. The son of a potter could only become a potter and nothing else. The son of a cobbler could only become a cobbler and nothing else. The task of conducting religious rituals could only be done by a Brahmin. A person from the so-called lower caste was not allowed to attend the feast being organized by upper caste people. Striving for equality. When I started the lesson, I said that everyone is equal but not the same. So what is meant by equality? Treating people equally irrespective of their caste, community, creed, religion, language or region is known as equality. Many of our freedom fighters fought against caste-based discrimination, which was prevalent in India. Gandhiji coined the term Harijan for those from the untouchable caste. What is meant by Harijan? Hari means God, Jan means people. So Harijan means the people of God. He did great deal of work in removing prejudices from people's minds. B.R. Ambedkar was another leading figure who fought against caste-based discrimination. B.R. Ambedkar himself hailed from an untouchable community called Meher community. So the leaders like Gandhiji and B.R. Ambedkar, they fought against caste-based discrimination. B.R. Ambedkar, when he became the chairman of the drafting committee of India, he saw to it that the people who hailed from the downtrodden communities should get some privileges. And that was how the communities which were considered to be untouchables got some privileges under the Constitution of India, like reservation in educational institutions and job opportunities. When India became a free nation, the founding fathers of a nation began the process of building a new nation. Caste-based discrimination was made a crime as per the Constitution. The Constitution also made provisions for improving the conditions for the downtrodden. Constitution declared India as a secular country. What does it mean? What does secular country mean? This means that there is no official religion in India. India does not have any official religions. It doesn't mean that India doesn't have any religions at all. As we saw already, India has many religions and all the religions are treated equally without any disparity. No religion is given more importance or no religion is given less importance. All the religions are treated equally as there is no official religion in India. That's why India is called a secular country. All the religions are equal in the eyes of the law. One cannot discriminate against another person on the basis of religion or caste. We have come to the end of the lesson. As per the Constitution of India, everyone is equal and it is our duty to abide by the Constitution of India. We should know that we need to respect everybody and treat everyone equally without any prejudice or stereotyping or any discrimination. Now we will go to some interesting facts. Did you know? The Constitution of India was handwritten and calligraphed in both English and Hindi. It was not printed, it was handwritten. It was not typeset or printed. The original copies are kept in special helium-filled cases in the Library of the Parliament of India. Where is the Parliament of India located? You must be knowing that, right? It's in New Delhi because New Delhi is the capital of India. After the drafting committee submitted it to them, the Constituent Assembly took almost 3 years, that is to be exact 2 years, 11 months and 17 days to be precise, to finalize the draft of the Indian Constitution. The national emblem of India, the adapted version of Sarnath lion capital of Ashoka with the wheel, bull and horse, was adopted by the government on 26 January 1950. What is special about 26 January? You all should be knowing. It is the Republic Day of India. And we celebrate our Republic Day every year. You all know that, right? The hymn, Abide With Me, one of Mahatma Gandhi's favorite songs, is played on the Indian Republic Day. Prejudice is a learned attitude and it limits a person's ability to properly process information and to judge others accurately. Means that a person's ability who has prejudice is limited. He cannot process the information he gets properly, and also he fails to judge others in an accurate manner. And although positive forms of prejudice exist, it is usually harmful and negative. Very rarely you see positive forms of prejudice, but it's very rare, as I said already. And usually prejudice is harmful as it is very negative. Ladakh is also called Little Tibet, and it does not receive rain for over 300 days in a year. That's why Ladakh is called the cold desert. Where is Ladakh situated? Find out. There are over 6,000 languages spoken in the world today, down from about 11,000 spoken 1,000 years ago. What does it mean? 5,000 languages have died. In 2001, UNESCO adopted the Universal Declaration on Cultural Diversity, and in December 2002, the UN General Assembly, in its resolution 57 to 249, declared May 21st to be the World Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development. The day provides us with an opportunity to deepen our understanding of the values of cultural diversity and to learn to live together better. Kerala has the highest literacy rate and the highest life expectancy, almost 77 years, among all the states in India. It is customary for passengers in trains passing over the Jamuna is nothing but river Yamuna, to pay tribute to the river by throwing coins in it. And this habit of throwing coins into river Jamuna has spread to even South India and even in Tamil Nadu. When people cross the river Kaveri, they used to put coins into the river Kaveri. It's against the law to stare at the mayor of Paris. Paris, situated. Paris is situated in France and it is the capital of France. The word taxi is spelled the same in English, German, French, Swedish and Portuguese. Zoo is a hybrid of a cow and a yak. Now it's time for activities. Are you all ready? I have given you 2 interesting activities which I feel that you would do with interest. Find out about the crops, cuisines, main religions, festivals and attire of Punjab, Gujarat, Kerala and West Bengal. Why are they so different? Write 5 things you think are true about people of the opposite gender. Then show your notes to someone of an opposite gender and see whether they agree with your opinions. So for example, if you are a boy, write 5 things you think are true about all girls and then ask your sister or a female friend to check if they are true. Children, after understanding and thoughtfully answering the questions given under food for thought, move on to the next slide to watch a very interesting video. Okay?
Each of us is unique. We differ from each other in the way we live, the languages we speak, what we eat, where, the games we play, and the things we celebrate. All of these are influenced both by the geography and history of the place where we live. Cultural diversity. Religious diversity. Linguistic diversity. Diversity in India. Diversity is not always celebrated. We feel safe and secure with people who look, talk, dress and think like us. People also form certain attitudes and opinions about others who are not like them. Prejudice means to judge others negatively or see them as inferior. We think that only one particular way is the best and right way to do things and end up not respecting others who may prefer to do things differently. Some examples of prejudice are villagers as dirty, ignorant and superstitious and see people in cities as money-minded, lazy and cunning. English is the best language and other languages are not important. When we fix people into one image, we create a stereotype. Stereotypes stop us from looking at each person as a unique individual with special qualities and skills that are different from others. They fit large numbers of people into only one pattern or type. Stereotypes affect all of us as they prevent us from doing certain things that we might otherwise be good at. Some examples of stereotypes. Ideas about the way boys are or girls are, we hear constantly and accept without even thinking, and we start believing that each one of us must behave accordingly. Some common gender stereotypes. Boys do not cry. Girls are soft and gentle. Boys are physically strong. Girls are good at dance and painting.
Children, you have learnt some important concepts like diversity, discrimination, prejudice and stereotyping, and how these things affect one's life. And you watched an interesting video also on all these things. You have done some interesting activities and you knew some interesting facts. Hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Thank you and have a wonderful day.